Welcome back to Romanovich Auto Surgeon. Today we have another beast, as you can already tell behind me. I went and picked up another dirt bike for myself. We are still rebuilding the dirt bike for my brother and sister for them to learn to ride. But this right here, I just picked up for myself. This is a 2007 CRF Honda 450. It is. I think my hair is all messed up because I just went and test rode this thing over there and just here down the street. This thing just rips. It makes so much noise, but I'll go ahead and start it up for you guys. But this thing is a wheelie monster. Mainly I got it just because I wanted to learn wheelies. I've been doing them already on my Honda CBR 600RR in 2019. I'm just a little more sketched out with that one since it's a pretty much brand new bike. Well, I mean, it is. Only has less than 4,000 miles. And so I'm already learned a little bit on there. But here, I think I'm going to learn a lot more. I already did a few wheelies down here. So this thing is a monster. Let me go ahead and fire it up for you and show you what this looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up for you guys. You know, it obviously needs some love. Plastic needs to be reinforced here. As you can tell, I'm only 5'4 and a half, something like that. If people count those halves. But yeah, she's definitely tall for me. But that's never stopped me from buying a bike, and it shouldn't stop you. I've had a DRZ. 450 as well, and a sucker, or 350, and it was really tall. This is a 450, so it's a little, maybe I don't even know what the height differences are. I'll have to look it up probably to figure that out. But yeah, let's go and fire it up for the first time for you guys. Show it for the camera. See that it rips first kick. All right, I'm gonna use my trailer over here because this is how I actually kick it. One leg down like this and hit it. So since I have a trailer here, I'll just use that to help me out right there. Alright. If I could... Oh, that cramp though. Hold on. I apologize, I haven't been drinking enough water. I just got a cramp. But, that's so funny. That's going to be in the video. Let me flip this around and then do it because it's a little rough. Alright, now I'm going to use this for my advantage here. First kick. So yeah, first kick. It does fire up very easy. The height issue is not an issue, you know, you can overcome that. I've seen guys jump off of the bike at stoplights and just stand next to it. But usually what I do to compensate for my height, hold on, let me put it over here and I'll show you. Stay. So the way I compensate usually for it is if I come to a stoplight, I'll stand like this, pretty much next to it like that. And it's not that bad. And then once we get going, you just give a little bit of gas and then hop right back on, you know, so it's not a big deal. You might get cramps like I just did, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it for the fun. I remember when I had my 2012 Yamaha WR250. That sucker was really tall as well. I dropped it down a little bit on the suspension side, but I know whenever I went and rode up mountains and hills and did a lot of climbs, it can be very difficult for people to stop mid climb or descend, anything like that, just because of that height. Because you can't reach, and say there's a ditch here and you're driving on the higher part, where are you going to put your leg, you know? So pretty much I've learned with the tires that I had on there, it was tubeless. I pretty much drop the PSI in them, and I pretty much second gear it and climb the whole thing nonstop. So I just have to build my confidence that way, just climbing all the way up and nonstop. So I think this is going to be a piece of cake for me as well. It's going to be no different pretty much, but it does need some love. The guy that I bought it from, he told me all about it, so it's going to be no big deal. Pretty much everything I buy is a project, so there's nothing that I actually buy that is full-on go, I guess you can say. So I'm sure we'll get this thing looking pretty sweet. I'm thinking maybe new plastics. Well, plastics actually look pretty decent. I might sand them down and actually spray them like custom color. I don't know yet, but I'm thinking a custom color, and then maybe get some graphics for them. Everything else, maybe like grips, maybe new clutch. There's a bolt that's over here that's a little off. But other than that, it's a beast. Let me put her down, and then we'll do a little bit more walk around. All right, so as you can see, the FMF pipe is a little bit dented, but hey, it's no big deal to me. You know, you ride it, you're gonna dent it up anyway. So it's like this right here. Guy was doing wheelies. It's no big deal whatsoever to me. I think a dirt bike is supposed to be used the way it's supposed to be, unless you're getting just brand new and you're not going to do anything to it and never ride it. I mean, you pretty much ride it, you drop it, whatever, it goes along with it. So plastics are pretty much perfect on this side. A little bit of scratches, but like I said, I will probably sand all that down. Here it just needs to put the bolts back on, but otherwise it's a complete one. Same here. This needs to go back on there where the air box goes. He's got a new sprocket pretty much, and a new chain, new oil change, brake pads. So don't really have much to do to it really. It doesn't have a front fender, but you know, I might just rock it like that. I wanted to make it street legal. Sadly, he didn't have the title, but I think we'll still use it for the right purposes that we need it. We could do like a full conversion kit. I've used it where I've put my license plate on my backpack anyways and just drove it, and it was from other bikes. So don't get caught. Don't say that I told you to do that. But other than that, these they don't look bald at all. They got plenty of life left in them. Even these look really nice, and pretty much needs just a nice cleanup. I think I saw one of these. Yeah, see, they're just missing bolts. I think looks like an upgraded tensioner, so that's pretty cool. Got a little bit of wear over here, but that's no big deal. Cut that down, make it nice and clean. See, that's all from the chain lube, so it'll wash right off, no big deal. He said the biggest issue that it had before was when he was riding and he hit and it busted a hole in here. So he did the best patch up job he could do. I will see if I can find a new maybe case for it. It's not a big deal for me. I'm gonna be doing gnarly stuff on it anywhere, probably dropping it all the time. So, but yeah, I think it's a pretty nice bike. I think this is the first time, well, maybe second time that I'm buying a bike that actually runs and ready to go type of deal, except some bolts. Other than that, yeah, it's a pretty sweet ride. So yeah, I think that's gonna be wrap up for this video. Zeke, come here. I think the supervisor approves. Zeke, you approve? Yeah? Yeah? I think he approves. So that's all that matters to me. I don't care about anybody else. I'm just kidding. But this is just going to be a small video revealing the bike. I think later on, once we get my brother and sister bike running, then we will attack this thing a little bit more. I don't want to get, you know, keep putting projects aside because I have plenty of projects. This will be pretty much the way it is, and if I decide to go for a ride up in the mountains, I would just grab it the way it is, you know, maybe fasten the bolts up or whatever, the plastics and all that. Other than that, I think it's gonna be a wrap up. If you guys wish to see more videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.